What are the imperial and U.S. customary measurement systems? When we measure length, we usually think of centimeters or meters, yet we describe the size of a television screen in inches. On American news, we often hear miles for speed, Fahrenheit for temperature, and pounds for weight. Why are these units still used today? The imperial and U.S. customary measurement systems are systems of measurement that uses yards, feet, and inches for length, pounds and ounces for weight, and gallons for volume. The units used in the United States come from traditional British units that were brought over long ago and have remained in use. Even so, the main reason these units are still used is simply habit. Our whole daily life, such as road signs, building plans, tool sizes, recipes, and package labels, is built on these older units. In international trade and in science and engineering, metric units are often shown alongside them, but changing the units we use at home all at once is not easy. In the past, people often used the human body as a basis for measurement. An arm, a foot, or a finger was always close at hand, which made it convenient. The problem was deciding whose body to use. Since everyone is a different size, the same word could not always mean the same measurement. After much thought, people turned to the king as their standard. The king had great power and high status, so his measurement could quickly become the standard for the whole society. At the very least, it would stop endless arguments about what the standard should be. One well-known story says that when King Henry I of England stretched out his arm, the distance from the tip of his nose to the end of his thumb became 1 yard. Today, 1 yard is defined as 91.44 centimeters. However, the yard was not very convenient for measuring shorter lengths in everyday life. Another unit, said to have come from the length King Henry I's foot, is the foot. Its plural form is feet, and 1 foot equals 30.48 centimeters. When a foot is still too large, we measure smaller lengths in inches. 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters, and it is often said to have come from the width of a thumb. When we talk about the size of a television or smartphone screen, we express the diagonal length in inches. 12 inches make 1 foot, and 3 feet make 1 yard. In other words, 1 yard equals 36 inches. The relationships are neat, so once we become familiar with them, calculations can be quick. The numbers connect smoothly in our minds. Now, let us learn about weight. In the imperial and U.S. customary measurement systems, the main unit for weight is the pound. 1 pound is about 453 grams. The word pound comes from the Latin phrase libra pondo from ancient Rome. Over time, the unit came to be called pound, but the abbreviation LB remained, taken from libra. A word that once meant scales or balance eventually became the name of a unit of weight. An ounce is a smaller unit than a pound. The common ounce used in daily life is about 28.3 grams, and 16 ounces makes up 1 pound. By contrast, the troy ounce, used in trading precious metals, is about 31.1 grams, giving it a different value. Even when the name is the same, the standard can vary depending on how it is used. This flexibility makes units both practical and, at times, confusing. Now let us learn about weight. The gallon is a unit of volume, but the United Kingdom and the United States use different versions of it. 1 British gallon is about 4.546 liters, while 1 American gallon is about 3.785 liters. They share the same name, but the actual volume is different. So, whenever we encounter the word gallon, a question naturally comes to mind. Which country's gallon is it? Because a gallon is a relatively large unit, smaller units like the quart and the pint are often used as well. In everyday life, units of measurement branch out this way, always looking for sizes that feel practical and easy to handle. Another unit of volume that often appears in the news is the barrel. Today, international oil prices are set by the barrel. 1 barrel equals 42 gallons, or about 159 liters. In the early days of the oil industry, crude oil was transported long distances in wooden barrels. Along the way, some of it could leak or evaporate. There's even a story that producers filled the barrels a little extra so the full amount would still arrive. Over time, the size of these barrels, combined with the realities of transport, became the industry standard. Today, a barrel doesn't usually mean a wooden container. It's mainly a unit used for trading oil. At this point, the story of the imperial and U.S. customary measurement systems becomes clear. A unit is not only a tool for measuring things, but also a part of everyday life that a society has relied on for a long time. That is why units change slowly, and that is why they last for so long. This makes us wonder, even in the units we know so well that we rarely question them, could this quiet persistence of everyday life still be present?